Welcome home to my kitchen. Today we are going to be making a very simple, quick recipe. This is a meal that I often serve on busy weeknights when we have youth group or scouting or any evening activities. It's just something you can toss in the pan, fry up, and you're good to go. It's also a great way to use that extra zucchini that you have in abundance from your garden and you're wondering, what do I do with it? This is a recipe you can use all that in. So it's called Southwest chicken wraps, and all you're going to need is about 4 pounds of chicken breast cut into bite-sized pieces, some zucchini, and I like to add some yellow squash just for a mixture, some salsa. You can have mild all the way to extra hot, whatever your preference is. We're going to season the chicken with some chili powder, and then we're going to stuff the mixture into tortillas and top with cheese and sour cream. That is all there is to it. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is cook our chicken in about a tablespoon of oil. You do not want to use too much oil. You don't want to bite into the tortilla and have oil just dripping out. So you just want enough to coat the pan and not have the chicken stick. So once your oil is hot, just add your chicken. And I'm going to go ahead and season it with chili powder. I don't have an exact measurement to give you. I would just say generously coat it. You can see I'm dumping it all over the chicken. Chili powder isn't super hot. It has a nice spice, but it's not gonna burn your tongue. So stir that up. We'll let this chicken cook. And while it's cooking, we are gonna chop our squash and our zucchini. So over here in our food chopper, if you have a child that has an aversion to squash or zucchini, I recommend chopping it super, super fine. When my kids were younger and they would turn their nose up at squash and zucchini, I would chop it so fine that you could barely even see it, let alone pick it out. They've learned to love it, so Brian prefers it a little chunkier. So I'm not going to chop it as fine as I used to. Okay, my button is broken, so I have to use a knife, a butter knife, which I'm going to go get. Okay, we're back. We're going to press play. And we can just dump it right into the chicken. Like I said, about 10 years ago, I would have chopped that way finer, almost pureed. But don't have to do that anymore because all my kids are veggie lovers and they will eat anything that's put in front of them. Super nice. So again, I see a lot of people on Facebook right now saying, I have zucchini, I have so much zucchini, what do I do with it? Well, this is a great way to use some, and it's a good way to get your vegetables. And it adds a nice texture. You want to add the squash and zucchini to the chicken early enough so that it's not crunchy when you bite into your tortilla. See a piece here that didn't fully blend. So yeah, we're just going to finish chopping up our vegetables, our squashes, and we will come back while the chicken is cooking. Our squash and zucchini has been added, and now I'm just stirring it up, letting the chicken cook all the way through. It's funny, Seth is filming this and he just said, I didn't know there was zucchini in this. Ha, you know. So you can see that the chicken is covered with the chili powder. And we've got a nice mixture of squash and zucchini. And I'm going to give the chicken about 5 more minutes to cook all the way through before we add the salsa. And that really is the last step. It's that easy. Our chicken is fully cooked and we are ready to add the salsa. So I'm going to turn the heat all the way off because I don't want it to just keep cooking and boiling. Again, I don't have an exact amount. I would just add to your preference. Stir it, decide if you want a little more. That's not going to be enough for us. We like ours pretty chunky. So I like to be able to see tomato in every bite. That looks pretty good. I'm going to add just a little bit more. So for my 4 pounds of chicken, I added about a cup of salsa. So do it to your preference. So there we go. That's going to be our stuffing. And we will bring it over to our tortillas. I'm going to use a slotted spoon because you can see the juices right here. You don't want that in your tortilla. So if you use a slotted spoon, that's going to all drip through and be a lot neater meal for everyone. So let's serve Brian up and call it good. Okay, I'm going to serve up Brian's plate here. So I like to top mine with cilantro, fresh cilantro. That's a polarizing food in this family. Some people love it, Brian hates it. So I'm not going to put cilantro on top of his because I love him and I want him to enjoy his dinner. So there's our zucchini, squash, chicken, salsa mixture, a little bit of cheese. You can also top with avocado. We just got back from vacation, so I don't have a lot of groceries on hand. This is a bare minimum dinner right here, but it still is going to be satisfying and good. So there we are. And now it's your turn.